For decades, the generalized autoregressive conditional heteroscedasticity model, known as GARCH, has been a cornerstone in the world of financial volatility modeling. Its introduction provided researchers and practitioners with a powerful framework to understand and forecast volatility clustering, persistence, and conditional risk in financial returns. GARCH models became essential for a variety of applications, from risk management systems and derivative pricing to portfolio risk models that operate primarily on daily returns. Yet as the financial landscape has evolved, so too have the tools and data available for volatility modeling. It is crucial to recognize that while GARCH remains a valuable tool for modeling the conditional variance of returns, it is not a universal solution for all volatility-related questions. To understand why, we need to explore the distinctions between different volatility concepts and how richer data has fundamentally shifted the modeling landscape. GARCH models were originally designed for a specific purpose: to model the conditional variance of a return series based on past shocks and past variance. In practical terms, GARCH assumes that volatility is a latent process, something that cannot be directly observed but must be inferred from the behavior of returns over time. This approach was perfectly suited to an era when daily close-to-close returns were often the only data available to researchers. By modeling the conditional second moment of returns, GARCH provided a disciplined and coherent way to account for volatility clustering and persistence, which are hallmarks of financial time series. In risk management, GARCH models became the backbone of value at risk, or VAR, systems and were widely used in derivative pricing. However, the strength of GARCH is also its limitation. It is fundamentally a model for the variance of returns, not for volatility proxies that can be directly observed or constructed from more granular data. This distinction becomes increasingly important as new forms of data become available, and as the field's focus shifts from latent variance to observable measures of volatility. A critical source of confusion in volatility modeling arises from the tendency to treat volatility as a single, monolithic concept. In reality, it refers to at least three distinct layers. First, there are observed returns, the actual price changes that occur over a given period. Second, there is the latent conditional variance process that GARCH seeks to model, which is inferred from those returns. Third, there are positive valued volatility proxies, such as realized variance or range-based estimators, constructed from high-frequency or intraday data. Each of these objects belongs to the same family, but they are not interchangeable. GARCH models are naturally suited to the second layer, the conditional variance of returns. They excel when the task is to infer and forecast this latent process from return data. However, when dealing with realized volatility proxies, measures that are strictly positive and constructed from richer data, the assumptions and mechanics of GARCH become less appropriate. These proxies often display empirical characteristics, such as right skewness and level dependence, that do not fit neatly within the GARCH framework. For much of financial history, daily returns were the main observable input for volatility modeling. In that context, GARCH was not just a convenient choice. It was the right language for the problem. However, the data environment has since undergone a transformation. With the advent of intraday price data, high-low ranges, and realized measures, researchers gained the ability to construct positive valued proxies for volatility that capture variation within the day, not just from one close to the next. This data revolution changed the fundamental nature of the modeling problem. The focus shifted from asking, what is the conditional variance of returns, to what is the dynamic law governing the volatility proxy itself? While these questions are related, they are not identical. The change in available data made it possible and necessary to develop models that could directly handle the dynamics of observed volatility proxies, rather than relying solely on return-based variance models. The shift in focus led to the development of the multiplicative error model, or MEM. The MEM framework starts from a different premise than GARCH. Instead of modeling a latent variance attached to returns, MEM directly models the scale of a positive valued process, such as realized variance or daily range. In other words, if the object of interest is always positive and behaves like a scale process, MEM provides a more natural and flexible modeling approach. MEM and GARCH are related in that both recognize persistence and the arrival of new information, but they are built for different primary objects. MEM is designed to model the conditional mean and dynamics of positive valued volatility proxies, capturing features like right skewness and level dependence that are common in realized measures, but not well handled by traditional GARCH models. This conceptual shift is not just a technical detail. It represents a fundamental evolution in how volatility is understood and modeled, especially when richer data is available. The evolution from GARCH to MEM and related models has significant practical implications. In modern finance, volatility forecasts are used for a wide range of applications: value at risk calculations, expected shortfall, leverage targeting, options risk management, and volatility-controlled portfolio allocation. The quality and appropriateness of the volatility model can directly impact the outcomes in these areas. When the object of interest changes, from latent variance inferred from returns to directly observed volatility proxies, the evaluation standard for models must change as well. Clinging to a familiar framework like GARCH, simply because it has been widely used, can lead to suboptimal modeling and risk management decisions. The real challenge is to choose the model that best fits the nature of the data and the specific application. As the modeling target evolves, so too must the tools and frameworks used to analyze it. In summary, GARCH remains a powerful and relevant tool for modeling the conditional variance of returns. However, it is not the endpoint of volatility modeling. The rise of richer data and positive valued volatility proxies has expanded the modeling landscape, making approaches like the multiplicative error model essential for modern applications. Understanding what is being modeled and choosing the right tool for the task lies at the heart of effective volatility analysis and forecasting.